Okay, good afternoon, folks. My apologies about yesterday. Just decided to have a day off. Went out with the wife, doing a bit of shopping and some lunch, which we rarely do, actually, to be honest with you. So she had the day off, so I thought, let's have a day out, make a day of it. So, okay, so we've got FOMC later on this evening, UK time. So, Beach Bum, how you doing, bud? So, I'm not sure what's going on at the moment. We've had possibly two legs up. Either way, market is just open. Either way, we've had a break at a new high. So, whether this is coming down in a channel, I'm not too sure at the moment. It's not super clear. Kind of looks like a possible bull flag, so it could shoot up. But what I will say is we got 300 odd contracts at 65, which is down here below price. We're nearly there, actually. Looks like it's going to get hit, doesn't it? I mean, you could have looked for something short here, but to be fair, it didn't get close enough to the EMA. So straight down, I picked up those 300 odd contracts. So that played out. So it's hard to say what's going on here at the moment, whether we got something like this. Let me just remove that a bit. Whether there's something like that, it's hard to say, really. At the moment, the volume's a bit low, so it's somewhat of a guessing game. So, bookmap, what am I looking at? A bookmap. So, their orders back up here at 77.5. So, that may give us some shorts at a pullback. So, 77.5. That will be there. I could put that there, actually. That actually fits a little better. That doesn't look too bad at all. The bottoms look more in check. Little Hammer, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, sorry about yesterday. I just had a day out with the wife. It was kind of a last-minute thing. I was all ready to trade, and my wife had a day off and said, do I fancy going out for lunch and a bit of shopping? So that's what I did. So I rarely take a day off, to be honest with you. So there is kind of like a hidden second entry short up here. I'm not doing anything at the moment, just in case it pulls a bit higher. There are some orders up there, not a huge amount, but it could push up a little bit higher. So there's just nothing you can really do at the moment. There also looks like a possible little channel up there. So we got a break, may push up and get a new high. There are some, not a huge amount of sellers up here, but 77.5. You can see on bookmap, there's about 92 contracts. There's 92 above it. So there's about 180 contracts within a tick of each other up here. It's not a huge amount. So there's nothing you can really do. It's a bit chopping. I'd like to see another leg up here, and then there may be something. It does look like it's on the way down to test the overnight lows. It's hard to say. We've got this kind of... Now that's interesting. Second entry short there. Actually, it's not technically. There's the second entry short. It's a third entry. I don't like this at the moment. Now, some may get into there and it may work, but all I'm seeing at the moment is this congestion. We got a little channel up there. We haven't made a new high. Sometimes it doesn't make a damn bit of difference. But if we can push up here, pick up some sellers, there's definitely a bull bar there trapped. There's going to be traders. The trouble is we've got this move up and we've got two bounces right off the bottom. So this could almost be a bull flag. It's come down too far for me. A nice bearish bar here wouldn't be terrible. It's an inside bar on my left chart. Disco, how you doing, buddy? Okay, so the orders up here now have faded away. There's not many, so it may just find its way down. We'll see. There are going to be bulls trapped here. There's no doubt about it. Second entry long. I can see this coming down personally. I'm just not ready to do it at the moment. It's not clear. Okay, bull bar, higher low. If it pushes up, traps that higher low, that will give us 2 legs up. You've got bulls trapped there and bulls trapped there. It's not bullish enough, unfortunately. It would have been lovely. Do I think this is coming down? Quite lightly. There's just nothing I can really do here, unfortunately. My second chart, there is a bearish bar, but it's like 20 odd 30 ticks. It's just 31 ticks. It's crazy. It's probably going to come lower, but it would have to be a failure here for me. I'm not I'm not risking 30 odd ticks. It's just horrendous, that is. Richard, how you doing, buddy? It is working down by the looks of things. I don't think it'll get above here now. I think it will just work down. But what I will say is it is a little bit congested, so you never quite know. Now, look at this all of a sudden. That's the problem. That's why when it's chopping around like this, it's just so hard to read, and you're better off just leaving it. 1, 2, 3, triple test. That actually is not a bad trade.
Order submitted.
It's going to be bloody massive, isn't it?
Order cancelled.
That, a triple test, trapping a big bull bar, wouldn't have been a bad setup, but I don't like the way it's wicked back up above that EMA. I think it's going to work. See if we get a lower high. Go on, finish bullish. No, it's not going to. That's a shame. I was hoping we'd get bullish here, then we get a triple test followed by a lower high. I don't think it's going to work. It may do. We'll see. Okay, so the issue I have with that is probably going to work. Trouble is, it's right into, there is, as much as I think this is probably going to come down, look how many times we're respecting that line. It's just too risky. I think it'll work, but I'm just going to leave this. It's going to work, I'm pretty sure of it, but look at the size of the damn thing. I'm just not, it's too much for my blood, that is. There's not enough room to the lows, I don't think, there. It's just, while it's doing this, you never quite know. Not only that, we've had a break of it. We've had 1, 2 attempts to go. This thing could rocket up and stop out all this. That's what it looks like it's doing that. Okay, so just looking at my second chart here, bulls trap there, bulls trap there. Look, there's going to be stops there, stops there, stops there. So there we go. So that one's gone. Is it going to push up? That's what I mean. You've got to be so careful when it's doing this. The temptation is to take that lower high. You've got a triple test and then a lower high. So you think, oh, all we've got to do is get down below there and this thing should launch down. Look what's happened. It's gone the other way. So you've got to be so careful when it's like this. This is a little bit more than just a range. This is more chop. So you've got to be so careful. So I bet that would have, depending on how you got it on here, it was a failure. Second entry long, failure. But it may have worked for a bit, but I think a lot of people would have waited for the lower high. So if you took the lower high, you definitely got shafted. So if you got in a tick below, what did it go down? 2 points, 0.75 maybe. You'd have got 0.5 at a push there. If you took that bar there, that would have worked. But here, it was a tick off a doji, so same again, nothing you can do. I still think now this may come down now it's cleared all this. We'll see. It's hard to say. I just know when to stay out. I don't focus too much. What price is doing a bit? It is chopping around, but so we've got a leg there and a possible leg up here. So there's going to be a bit of liquidity there. So is this going to push up a bit higher? And then is it going to turn down? It's hard to say. Bookmap isn't showing us a great deal at the moment. The orders are a little bit thin. There are orders at 60, which is below price, not a huge amount. How many we got down there? So there's 108 contracts down here, which is below price, which is interesting. My gut is telling me we're going to have two legs up here, and this is going to come rushing down. You may argue there's a bit of a bull flag there, but it's come down too far for a bull flag. So I'd like to see some real rejection here. Let's see if we get it. That would be a second entry short if it finished. It's going up too high, isn't it? So it depends what you're looking at here. Is this channel right? Have we already got a break and 2 attempts at a new low and it's reversing? It's hard to say. Now, is this going to come flushing down or is it going to try and push higher? So there is like a lower high there. Trouble we've had 2 pushes up. We're kind of stalling a bit here, but that may work. It may not. It's just a toss of a coin here. There's your answer. So maybe this is a little bit more like that. And we've already had a break and made 2 attempts to go lower. That will be a penguin style trade. 2 legs up, 2 attempts to go lower, and it fails and moves up. So I'm still wary about thinking about going long though, because this still could come down and test this area. It depends how high it wants to go. What I will say, there'll be long stops there, stops there, stops there, stops down here, and possibly down here as well. Let's clean this up a little. Right, I won't be taking this to the highs. I still think there's a chance this is going to come down. We'll see. I just don't like this channel. It's not super strong. Not only that, we may have already had a break in a new high. This is coming down for me. Possible break in a new high. Having said that, there are sell orders at 890 up here, so it may go up. Sellers up there. Yeah, just below and there are about 250 contracts between there. I'm just not sure about this. It's not super clear. There is a possibility we've had a small break, so this may come rushing down, trapping along. I don't know at the moment. I'm not super sure. There are sellers up there, and a lot of the time price will get up there. So a bull bar here would technically be a second entry long. There's something about it I don't like. So I won't be taking a trade here, regardless of what happens. It's struggling for me. It's not super clear. I still think we're likely to come down and test those lows, although we've made a couple of feeble attempts. I know there are sellers up there. In fact, some of them have just disappeared. The 90s are still there. I don't think it's enough. It's still a fair distance. I don't think it's enough to pull it higher. It's hard to say. I could be completely wrong, but my gut is this is going to work down. We've just pushed above that 50% level. It's hard to say, really. Sometimes it's just not clear, and for me, it's not clear at the moment. Well, we pushed up a little bit higher. I don't know. I'm just sitting tight here. Okay, possible failure there. Trouble is, we've had two legs down, so you don't know whether it's just going to push and do something else. It's an engulfing bar now, so I'm not taking it. It would have worked and quick. Trouble is, engulfing bars are way more risky. Took the failure. Yeah, if you took it on the engulfing, it's not so bad. I'm just not sure at the moment. It's just a little bit messy, isn't it? Trouble is, if you take it on the engulfing bar, you usually take it on a market stop. Trouble is, I think they're unreliable sometimes when you trade in 20 accounts, which is why I always use a limit order. I mean, you could have still got back in there at the close anyway if you really wanted to. It dropped down a little bit and then pulled back a bit. So if you got in one tick below there, you'd have had another chance anyway. It clearly worked. Rodian, how you doing, my friend? It certainly worked quick, yeah. As I say, my gut feeling is he's probably going to come down, but the trouble is with stuff like that, it always concerns me that we end up having something like this, and it pulls back a bit higher. So that bar for me would be kind of right in the middle of this slot. I don't know. I think you get to a stage. We all have different ways we judge something, and some people take trades a little bit more risky. Some people take trades a little less risky. So we all have to kind of make our own judgment call, don't they? And every one of us are different. So. Yeah, it's one of those things. If that would have been a bit further up here, then I'd a possibility I would have taken it. I prefer it when it's not on the engulfing, because I like to the thing is, when you trap a trades like this and you do push down, as we know, depending on how many traders are trapped, that sometimes dictates how much this thing pushes down. So I like to kind of close a bit further up, so you've got a 1.5 or so just to the bottom of the bar, and you've at least got that plus that little bit of momentum. So this is looking a bit sideways here, which is good. Hopefully we'll have a little push up and then confirm this channel. I'd expect that channel to be relatively accurate. So a little bit of congestion here, which is good, and then kind of a failed breakout long. There's a first entry. If you push up here and get a bearish bar, I think that's a good chance it'll come down, because without a shadow of a doubt, you're going to have support here, because we got kind of a break and a couple of attempts to go low. You can see traders went long there, bull bar there, bull bar there. So there are going to be stops there thinking maybe this thing is going to go higher. So if we can get a little pullback and then kind of ride it down, I wouldn't take it while it's here at the moment. You're going to have more traders jumping back in. In fact, let me have a look. Not sure. 75. There are some at 75. That's not high enough for me. I would want to get in a bit higher. Yeah. There are some at 85. That's too far. I would want it up here, somewhere in the middle. There are all around here. That's more like it. We're getting rejection here. There are some at 80, a little bit further up, so I'm going to sit tight. We know there are some at 85. There are some at 90. So I'm just going to have to sit this one out at the moment. I would have expected that to fail already if it was going to. So it may go a bit higher. It looks better on my second chart, but it's still closed a point or so above the EMA, so I'm just going to have to sit tight at the moment. This is an inside bar here at the moment. 133 contracts there. 150 contracts there. Be something like that. Actually, I think that looks a bit better personally. Touch. There may be a small break at a new low here. It's hard to say. We know there's a lot of support down there. It tried and failed. So that had a quick shoot up to those orders. So there are some further over. We got aggressive buyers. That push that up. So are we getting something along those lines? Maybe. If we clear the prior range, I think, yeah, the trouble is it's pulling back, isn't it? It may just have another go. Once we can get below all this, things will get a lot easier then. I mean, the overnights got, move up and then a really strong higher low there, and it literally took off, didn't it, overnight? But yeah, I mean, with these few attempts to go lower, there's bound to be traders here. There's a big bull bar there which didn't get stopped out, and another one. So I dare say if it gets up here, it may try and push down again. I suppose it depends. There are sellers at 90. So if it hits these sellers, it may come down. It's hard to say, really. You just never know. So we may end up getting somewhere along those lines. And if we do get this move down with a couple of attempts to kind of push up and this fails, my guess is once it gets below here and then here, especially here, this is going to be a little bit more difficult. You could see it tried here, but once it gets below there, yeah, I think overnight lows is quite likely, isn't it? I will say I've done absolutely nothing on the CL chart. Nothing. I mean, it's working nice up there. If you looked, every one of those bull bars there off this bottom worked. Trouble is, you only kind of know it worked when it's already happened, and it's kind of too late there. So let me have a little look here. So maybe we get a couple of legs up here. Maybe that gives us a bit of guidelines or something. Let's stick it there maybe. Somewhere along those lines. I think there's a chance we get higher. We got quite a nice tight fitting channel here, which looks and fits quite nice. So if we can get a nice second entry here. Do you know what it is? It's weird. I suppose we all have our preferences. I'm much more comfortable at taking second entry shorts when price is trending down than taking second entry longs when price is trending up. It's weird, isn't it? Weird how we have our own kind of little comfort zones. I don't know whether it's I take way more second entry shorts than I do second entry long. Way more. It's weird, isn't it, how it works? I suppose maybe I've had a couple of losses and that's kind of, I don't know, stuck in my head and give me some kind of a, I don't know, some kind of a weird kind of feeling. So this doesn't look like it wants to stop, does it? So, I mean, it depends how you look at this channel. We're clearly working down in some form. We've had a couple of attempts and quite a strong push-up. We came down and went sideways. Same, if buyers are here, a lot of times when price comes back, other types of traders may add to price, which is going to help prop it up. And then eventually it does move up. So I suppose it'll start clearing some of this by the looks of things. There are a lot of sellers between 97.50 and 900. Which is close to where we are at the moment. So between 900 and 97.50, so still below the high. So between that area, there are sellers. If it gets this high, then I will be surprised if it doesn't try and take out overnight. So, CL chart, we've got a nice fitting channel up there at the moment with a little break. Let's see if we're lucky enough to get something. So we got a little channel like that. I have adjusted my charts a little bit. I've added an extra screen. I've just had 3 screens on the go with 2 wide ones, ultra wide ones, and a small 27-inch, but I've just added another one. So I can look a little bit clearer at this CL chart. I am trading my same thing for my friends and I, extra careful about second entry longs after. It's weird, isn't it? It's weird. I suppose if certain trades tend to work better for you, there's obviously a psychological thing there, isn't there? You know what I mean? But down here, if we had a nice second entry short here, I'd feel way more comfortable taking it than the other way around. It's strange, isn't it? No, I was just going to say I'm trading, because trading's been slow. I haven't taken a lot of trades. I've decided to trade just 2 of my accounts for 2 contracts, just to give those 2 a bit of a boost. I have got 1 account that I could take a payment from now. Not a huge one, but I really need to start earning some money in the next couple of months. So I've got about 2,700 in one of them. The rest are around about the 1,100 to 800 because it's been so slow. And I've got about 11 of them around about 1,100, 1,200. But I've got one of them at 2,740. So I could take a payment out of that, but I'd rather just take a slightly larger one and just let it run a little bit. So I'm just trading 2 of the accounts from the 20 at 2 contracts just to see if I can boost those 2 a little bit. I did consider doing 5, but we'll just stick with 2 now. Okay, so we've got a channel up here, maybe a small break. I can adjust that. It's negligible, that break, I think. But if I think it's a break, I'll kind of leave it there and we'll see. So we are clearing out some of these. There is a lower high there, which is now gone. Any possible stops, this will go as well, I think. There we go. So overnight high is broken. So this CL chart at the moment, we've got a channel with a break looking for a new low. Now, one thing I've seen is this. Let's make that a little bigger. We got 1 bounce, 2 bounce. So we got a bull bar here, an inside bull bar here, but a bounce nonetheless. If we can get a push down, clear any liquidity, and then get a bull bar that closes above that EMA, that might not be too bad. That one I won't take because we haven't made a new low from this chart yet. Now, sometimes it doesn't make a damn bit of difference, but I'm just doing it as a precaution. It may well work, but I'm sitting tight. For me, I'd rather it clear any liquidity, come down a little bit lower. Bar's no good anyway. It's a bit slow, this is. It's not moving smoothly, whether it's my monitor. Might be. So looks like price may go a bit higher. 107, 110. There are a few more sellers up here. And we have got aggressive buyers as well. They're more than double the sellers, so that's giving this a little shove. Okay, so there is some sellers there. Whether that will turn or not, I don't know. So we did make the effort here, and then we tried again, but it wasn't having any of it. Up it went. So okay, what's up here? All-time highs are up here. I think, in fact, no. Their all-time highs a little bit higher, so maybe this thing is pushing up some more. So sellers at 15. Oh, they've already gone. Have they? No, they've just dropped in now. So sellers are there. So, which tells me going short there is a bad idea. That's one of those double width channels. So if I went short there, if I went long there at the close of that, 2-point risk, 2-point profit, would that have worked? Doesn't look like it, does it? So there are buyers down there and still more sellers up here. Sellers at 20 up there. So this may continue on up. At the moment, we're just getting a little bit of congestion here on the CL chart. Hopefully it'll drop below. I just don't like this. The trouble is when we go down and across half the time, we get a second leg down. So I don't want to get caught going long. I wouldn't attempt going long until it at least broken below that bar there. That would have given us a new low from this chart. And hopefully I'm looking for a real rejection there or strong buying around here. Let's see if this has a quick shove down. It's looking like it may. So, if this ends up bearish, that will be a fail second entry long. There may be a double trap there if this finishes bearish. Like to see it trigger below and then push up. Be nice to see that bearish. Okay, so we've had that little shove down that's cleared liquidity. Let's see what sort of reaction we get here. So, I would like to trigger below that bear bar and push up. I would still wait for the higher low under the circumstances. As I say, I'm not a fan of taking second entry longs when prices obviously moving up. I much prefer higher lows. So that bear bar now, so you've got kind of that bear bar's triggered. Let's see if that pushes up now, and if it looks like it's going to stop that bar out, it may well go up. We'll see. Keep saying chat disconnected. Successful connection. Okay, that's kind of what I was hoping for. You're going to trap traders there. Do I really want to take it for that much, though? One, two, three. 14 ticks.
Order submitted. Doesn't look like it's going to work, this.
It's not going to work, this. I know it's a bad trade. Clearly 2 legs down. What I like about it is we've cleared loads of liquidity. 1, 2, 3. Clearly a triple test. We've got a channel up here with a break. Just doesn't look like it's going to trigger, though, unless it does it last minute. Doesn't look like it's going to. No. That's a shame.
Order cancelled.
See if we get a high or low. Doesn't look bad. That looks quite neat. Clearly 2 legs down. Clearly improves liquidity. If you're going to buy, that's for the place to move up. If you like the move up, we got 1 leg up with the correction. I certainly think there's a good chance we get a second leg up. See if we get a high or low. It's very jumpy, this chart is, for some reason. How many days have I got loaded? 12 days. Let's cut it down just to 3. See if that slows things down a bit. Not really. So it doesn't look, I'm focused more on the CL chart at the moment. This actually doesn't look too bad. We've got a channel with a break and a new low and a bullish bar. It's not the worst trade in the world. I would prefer the higher low personally, but it's clearly worked quite comfortably. So sellers up here. Sellers further up as well at 25. So channel break, new low, and it's a second entry long. Really struggling to get up here on the CL chart. I think what I might do is just trade one of my accounts if it works as a higher low. It's just not working how I'd expected, but it is 2 legs back. I just don't feel comfortable trading 20 accounts on it. I don't think it's going to hold anyway. No, it's not going to work. Strange. Okay, I'm just going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be a minute.
Order submitted. Order cancelled. Order submitted. Order cancelled.
Try and fade overnight. Yeah. With that channel is played out. We've got a channel up, a little correction, and a new high. It may push up and have another go. There's certainly sellers up there. If you look on Bookmap, there's 200 contracts there. That's at 20. There's 220 contracts about there. And there's another 120 contracts up here. Now, whether it'll get there is a different matter, but if there's not enough sellers here, it'll likely get pulled up to clear this, which would kind of be a channel with a break, 1-2 pushes up. It's always nice to get 2 pushes up, and if we get a second leg, that would get us right in that ballpark. Right up and kick up all these, so 2 pushes. Don't know what's going on with CL at the moment. We had that big channel up with a break, 2 pushes to a new high, but an attempt at going down. We pushed up and we bounced, and you can see clearly working up in quite a neat looking channel. I can't see where anything's had a break there. It looks kind of neat. We've had a leg down. I thought this might trigger, but it depends. Sometimes they move quite neatly with the legs, other times not so much. And they realise that when I say not so much, usually if it's going to push up, once it's cleared any previous liquidity, you know, we all hear about liquidity sweeps and all this sort of jazz and all that stuff. And a lot of the time when it has broken all this, that's when buyers come in, and it pushed down and it pushed up really strong, but it just didn't have that legs to push higher. So if we get this second leg down, you know, we may clear a little bit more, or it could be doing something completely different. It may just decide now's the time to turn and push down. If I have a look, a little zoom out here and have a bigger look. It's hard to say. We've broken yesterday's highs. We've broken overnight highs, so it's hard to know where this thing is actually going. Let's add a few more days. Didn't make no difference with these. So, I don't know. It's not super clear at the moment. We'll see if we get a bounce here, a leg and a leg. See if we get some movement upwards from here. We'll see. Well, I think by the sounds of it, listening to the news, this stuff with the US and Iran, I was listening to an analyst earlier and some ex-general thinking it's likely to be very soon. So it'd be interesting to see how that affects the markets. Obviously, this is a US market. It's hard to see. It's definitely worrying to a degree. I'll be more concerned about the Americans. There's a bunch of ships out there, and I know, the American technology and their defense is way superior, but it only takes one missile to hit one of those aircraft carriers, and it more or less renders it useless to a degree. You put one missile in the middle of that runway, things change. So it's just hard to know how this thing might pan out. You don't want to see any lives lost. You certainly don't want to see Allied lives lost. I kind of agree with it. You need to get this lunatic out, don't you? For protesting, people are being executed. I mean, no one wants to live in a society where they do that. That's just horrendous. I think the time to do something is now, isn't it, really, when you've got those ships over there, you've got all the capability over there to change that regime. You need to. The guy's a lunatic. Anyone that slaughters their own people like that, you've got to get rid of. And sharpish, you don't want to give them time to sort missiles out. And so on and so forth. Be interesting to see how it affects the markets. Okay, so CL chart now, we've had a quick shove up above that EMA. Now, I don't really understand why that was the place to buy. So I'm not going to be thinking about jumping in long here because I'm just not sure what's going on here. I would have preferred it to hit that measured leg or take out maybe a bit of liquidity there. But it pushed up strong above that EMA, then instantly crossed over and started to pull down. What's about you? What are you pestering at now? So look at that. Pushed up nice and strong above that EMA, and you think 2 legs down, now we're going up, and all of a sudden it crosses over, and now look at that big bearish bar. It just seemed to struggle to get up to me. It had plenty of opportunities. Actually, there is a possible failure there, but it hasn't triggered, has it? Second entry long. It still may come up for another go. We've had a leg up. We could get a correction, which it looks like we are, another push up. Now, there are still sellers up here, and that's naturally going to pull price up. That's as long as we don't get any aggressive sellers like in this area for a short. So there is a second entry long. It's kind of a move up, new high, and then a correction. Maybe we get a leg up with a correction, another leg up. I wouldn't be surprised. So, second entry long, possible high or low. Would you want to go high here? Would you want to go long? Trouble is, we've already had a break in a new high, but we have had a correction. We've made a couple of attempts, so that may work. Do I want to risk one of my accounts on that? Maybe. So it finishes. What I might just do is toggle off. 47. That's not going to work.
Order submitted.
If this
Order
finishes
cancelled.
bullish, I'll have a go on one of my accounts. This is not my type of trade, but we've had a bull bar there. Bar's no good anyway as of yet. Just check everything's back as normal.
Order submitted.
Yeah, okay. So
Order
we'll leave this
cancelled.
alone, I think. It looks like a push-up with a correction, a push-up. We do it a lot, don't we? Sometimes leg and a leg with a little correction in between. Still got plenty of sellers up here, see, so... So, if this gets below this, then there's a possibility we have something like that. We'll see. If it gets below here, my guess is it may come down. Strange, I keep getting this. You see that? I keep getting this chat disconnected, successfully connected for some reason. I've had it for ages. This is YouTube as well, so I'm guessing there's some issue with the YouTube. Okay, so now is it pushing up? I didn't think that was a terrible entry. Trouble is, it's trying multiple times to get up. I thought it was going to work there, and all of a sudden it crossed over, came back down, broke below there. So I just don't like any of this chop. So I'm just staying out of this. It's funny. Price is acting a bit odd on here. It's not easily readable. So is this now working down? So we've broken yesterday's, in fact, yesterday's, that was Friday's, I think. That was Monday's, Fridays, Mondays. So we're up above this. So is this now working back down towards some of this? It may be. We need to get a shove down and sort of find this bottom, really. And then if we do, then I think there's a chance that I may decide to swap over and start thinking about shorts. We have still got sellers up here, but once price gets far away from them, it gets harder to get up there. So I'm looking for buyers down here, really, to start yanking price down. There is some. There's 112 contracts at 375, so that's certainly closer to price. So I think that's going to pull price down. If this continues down, I think some of these orders will start to get dropped. 2250. What's that one? They're still there. Can't see that one at the moment. Let's get rid of it. My guess is if this comes down some more, some of these will go, but be interested to see if we get down a little lower and test this line. If we can get back up here and start finding a way down, I think these will disappear. Okay, so 420 contracts, 900, there's 300 contracts down here. This line again. You can see how this is playing a part. Look at this. Bounce, bounce, bounce up. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, you can see it. Bounce, bounce, bounce. So my guess is I think it's likely going to find its way down here. There's 300 contracts right at 900. Which is right there. So let's see if we get some rejection here. Okay, really strong higher low there. See what happens above that. Second entry short there. It's above that EMA. You've got to be careful there. It may well go up. I'd like to think it's coming down, but I can't just take that because it could turn. Could be a second entry short failure. We have broken and made a new high, so but you don't know whether we're going to have another attempt. So the failure looks like it's working. You'll have stops here, stops here. Hmm. So, chunk of sellers here. Chunk of sellers. About 23. So there as well. Is it going to get up or is it just testing these highs? Sellers in this area, all three of these levels. You have different bars. Have you reloaded yours, have you, bud? I reloaded mine as soon as I started. Speedy, how you doing, buddy? Just try it in your reload button, mate. I'll do mine. See if it makes any difference. I think mine look the same. There's the higher low. There's the fairly. Everything's working okay on mine. Just try and reload yours, bud. See if it makes a difference. Okay, so we've had a break. 2 attempts. 2 pushes higher. 1 with a bit of a correction and a push up again. It's not an easy day today. Bit trappy round here. I'm trading with Top Step X here early. We'll move on to Ninja Trader. Yeah, I mean, I've not used Top Step X. I've not heard great things about it. I'm assuming you're trading with Top Step, obviously, but I know you were forced to at one point, weren't you? At least that's the plan, yeah. I like Ninja Trader. It's relatively straightforward and simple to use. There's everything you need, and it's very clear. I had to play around with a couple of years with Quantower, and that thing just... the more stuff you have on your chart, the more complicated it looks. But with this, it's pretty straightforward. It's got everything you need. I like this. I've been using Ninja Trade now for a couple of months shy of 5 years. And I don't have any issues with it. If you draw a large T channel up from the low of the day, just bounced off the midline. Yeah, it may be. I did have something. I did look at this earlier. It may be doing something like that. Trouble is, it doesn't help you, does it? The trouble is with these larger channels, although it's nice to know what kind of area they're... If you're trading it as a channel, you've got to wait for it to get down here, haven't you? Or here somewhere. So it doesn't really help you as such. Or maybe there's something from the last few days, something or other, I don't know. Who knows? it's clearly kind of working up. Whether I mean, the one thing about having a larger channel is it may be the indication that we are going to continue up. Trouble is, if you trade it as a channel, you're going to wait for it to get down here, haven't you? Trouble is, you don't know how far it's going to come down before it starts to move back up again. See what I will do. I'll put that there, just to kind of give us an idea of if price gets down here. So there are sellers all around this area, so it's a bit of a funky chart in it at the moment. Channel break, new high, bit of a few attempts to go lower, then up again. And that CL chart is just really stuck, isn't it? I looked at this, I considered this. We've had 2 bounces. You may argue 1 bounce, 2 bounce, triple test. I think it worked. Trouble is, when it does something like this and it seems to work down, I just get a bit untrustworthy. I just think it's untrustworthy. Did it make 10 ticks on there? No, it didn't. It only made 9. It would have had to push through, I think. So it might not have worked. But the fact that we're making multiple attempts to push higher and it's struggling, now it may do this for another 5 minutes and end up here. But while it's really struggling and choppy, you've got to be so careful. Usually a couple of legs down, and then it would encourage buyers to jump in. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's going to finally, once we get above here and here, it'll get a bit easier. Then I think it does look like that is probably where price is going to start to work up from. It just might be a bit finicky. So let's have a little look. Now, I think there's a good chance price goes up. Maybe a little second entry long. I'm staying out of this. It's weak, to be honest with you. So it's hard to know what's going on. And on that note, I'm just going to take a quick 5-minute break while it's doing this. I'd rather pick me breaks when it's just doing nothing really. So I'm going to leave that with you, and I'll be back in about 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, there are some buyers down here. Trouble is, at the moment, it's just pushing up and down, and it's just not very clear. It's not very bright, that. No idea what I'm doing here. There are buyers down here, possibly lower high. You just got to stay out of this. It's hard to know where it's going, whether it's going to continue. I mean, we've had a push up and a new high. We've made another couple attempts. So if we find some support here, which looks like we may be, it may push up some more. Who knows? Wilson, just that. Shh. Hey. It's not easy at the moment. It's hard to know. This thing is trying to go higher. Whether it will or not, who knows? But could end up doing this. So it's certainly trying to. Get rid of that anyway, I think. Okay, possible. 2 legs down, bull bar here. You've got to be careful though. It's kind of Okay, is it Zeke? Okay, so just been in fact, there is a second entry long there. It's tempting, that is. I think it's already partly gone. I don't think it's going to come back now. That's a shame. I was tempted there. Let me have a look. It would have worked as well there. Second entry long. Well, I'd have probably got out here close to tops. Okay, so Zeke. Okay, so let me just explain to you. So you can see book map up the top left there. Let me just make sure I can see it so I can explain. So it looks a bit complicated when you first look at it. So the little balls, these little bubbles, I don't pay too much attention to these. These are aggressive buyers and aggressive sellers. The bit that I pay attention to is the limit orders or the resting orders. So can you see at the moment, just above price now, there's a big red box. There's a big red line. You can see it there. There are currently 307 contracts for sale. Now, price generally moves towards liquidity. So if there's liquidity up there or orders that people have set, chances are price moves towards them. So there was a couple of traders that looked taking a short. If you can look on my main chart, couple of traders that looked taking a short there. You can see that bar there. You can see this line here. That was liquidity resting orders. That was liquidity resting orders. That was liquidity. So for me, while there's orders above price, I won't go short because I still believe price is going to continue up. So it depends what you look at this. This is looking like a possible channel, but let's call it a range for argument's sake. So let's say you've got this as a range like that. Let's make it a bit darker. It's not very dark on my chart for some reason. So let's say you've got a range here. Now, sometimes if you think about taking a short here, if you look on Bookmap, in a lot of cases, you'll see a load of sellers right above, which means the chances are you're going to get triggered and pushed and stopped out. So it just helps me make better decisions. Same here, possible second entry long. Sometimes there'll be buy orders right below price, and I can see them there. So if you look back to Bookmap at the moment, can you see there are orders up here? They're about to get hit now. Can you see these orders here? Let's make this line a bit thicker. It takes a bit of getting your head round. I can't make it a bit thicker. So, right, okay. So you can see on Bookmap, those orders have been taken now. So that's how I use Bookmap. It gives me a good idea where price is going, and that helps me make a better decision. I stream Monday to Friday. I use every day. Dan won't mind me mentioning it. I have a little advert on here for Dan. I've been friends with Dan for 5 years now. But it helps you make better decisions. So if I'm thinking of going short and there are orders above me for sellers and I can see them above me, I won't take the short. So it helps you make better decisions. So I hope I've explained that okay. So if you subscribe, then you can chat on here, and I'll have a chat with you if there's anything else you need to go. But for some reason, I'm getting this at the moment. It's constantly disconnecting and reconnecting. I don't quite know why. This looks like YouTube that's messing up here. But I trade Pats, same as you, I think. And I've been chatting with Dan and Marco for our best part of 5 years now. So yeah, it just helps you make better decisions. You can look on Bookmap. No, there's not a huge amount of orders, but the brighter the colour, the more the orders. So at the moment, there are orders at 25. You can see them up there. Yeah. Yeah, so it helps you make better decisions. So if you're, yeah, someone else has got that. I was just looking at that. It will help your trading. You'll lose less trades, and I watch it for free. I'm not sure if I charge you for extracting subs or pay you for driving them away. I'm not sure if I charge you for attracting subs. Dan won't mind. I have a little advert on my thing for Dan. Well, a sub to me won't make a difference to Dan. He doesn't stream or he doesn't YouTube, does he? So he won't mind. But you know, if it helps people, you know, you guys know by now I talk about what's the link to Bookmap, but just there it is there, so you can probably see it a little larger. So just type in Bookmap Live ES. Just type that and you'll see it. Now, if I search that now, there might be some from a few days ago, so just make sure it's a current one, and you can see that. Where is it? You can see at the moment Live ES. It's got live there, so just click on it. I just get rid of that, and it just helps you. But watch it and just get used to watching it for a bit, and I'm telling you now, it will save you trades. So I trade with 20 accounts at the moment, so if I lose a trade, that could lose me $3,000 to $4,000. So it's a fair chunk of change if you get it wrong. So the brighter these lines here, the more orders they are, and price generally moves towards them. Can you see it pushed up there, and it came back and pushed up again and basically hit those orders? So if you've got a fair idea of where price is going, you'll make better decisions. So just have it on a separate screen, but just watch it. Don't do nothing with it, but just watch it. You're welcome, mate. Just watch it and see how it works. But if you're going to take a trade, let me just if you're going to take a trade down here, you might be thinking prices are going long. There's always a possibility it could be coming down. Now, a lot of the times when price comes down, you'll get orders down here. You might take that long trade there and it may trigger and come down. So if there's a large bunch of orders where your stop's going to be, think about avoiding the trade. So the trouble is, when you're a lone guy like me in a room, I don't know what other traders are doing. I don't know whether this is going to continue on up or whether it's going to continue down. But by seeing where other traders have limit orders, so if I open a limit order now down here, if I was live, that limit order would be showing one contract at 683. So if you know where other traders are, it'll help you make better decisions. So yeah, sorry at the moment, for some reason I'm getting a lot of this. It's constantly, this is YouTube, so it's nothing I've got, but it's constantly doing this disconnect, reconnect, disconnect, reconnect bollocks. I don't know why. So it will help you make better decisions. Now, if you're a very experienced trader, you probably get away without using it, but it's good if you may have confidence in getting, so it'll give you that confidence and self-belief that where you're getting in or where you're avoiding, you know what I mean? So there's not a huge amount of orders on there at the moment. The darker the lines, the more orders, but there's not a huge amount of orders, and the reason why is price is just going a bit sideways at the moment. There's a little bit of uncertainty whether this thing is going to continue up or come down. There is a failure there. Trouble is, we're moving up slightly, so do I really want to go short? Not really. So, second entry long, triggered, possible failure, but why go short when price is slowly moving up? Now, we are going sideways as well, but I would generally leave that. Because look how it's bouncing along that midline. It's testing that midline a bit, so it may go up. And not only that, it is a little bit congested there, so you have got to be a bit careful. So it looks like it may work, but it could go the other way. Waiting for it to go up. Exactly. At the moment, although it's not going up at a fast rate of knots, it's still going up nonetheless. So a short here would be counter trend trade, technically. Sometimes Mac will mark them. But at the moment, look, you can clearly see now it's even more congested, can't you? Now, second entry long triggered, and it has pulled back. Sometimes it'll pull back and it won't get to it. But look at it now. You're thinking now, I wish I wouldn't have taken this failure. It still may come down. But because price is going to go up, that's going to trap a lot of traders, that is. That's for certain. There you go. So if you took the failure there, and I get why you would have done, second entry long, triggered, looks like it's coming down. It may come down to the bottom of here or to the bottom of this channel. But because it's congested and we're moving up, I wouldn't consider going short at the moment. Got 4 ticks there, did you? Yeah, I wouldn't go long or short at the moment, purely and simply because it's chopping sideways, so you never know. I go for a flat 3 points, I do. So I've been trading Pats now nearly 5 years, so I've been streaming 3 years or a little over 3 years. And I go for 3 points, so I am particular at what I take. My win rate's good at the moment. I'm a fraction under 95% win rate. But things have been quiet lately. So we are going a bit sideways there. So are we testing this underside? Is this going to have a little drop? As much as I think price is looking like it's going up, it could have a quick flush down. So you're going to have long stops here, long stops here. That bear bar there for the failure got stopped out. And as we've pushed up a bit, there might be buyers trying to push this thing higher. My guess is I wouldn't be surprised if it came down, cleared all this. Yeah, I don't entertain 4 ticks. I mean, over the last few days, I think yesterday, although I had a day off yesterday, some of the bars were just too large. I mean, if you take that higher low there, for instance, tick above, tick below, you're risking nearly 5.5 points to make a point. That's not for me. So, buyers here, stops here. Look what's happening now. We've come up and tested this underside. Looks like a shoulder, head, shoulder. So my guess is this is going to have a quick flush down. But it is chopping sideways, so it's hard to know where prices are going to go at the moment. I wouldn't take a long here or a short. It's a little bit sideways, so there may be a little failed breakout. My guess is there's liquidity down here. My guess is it's probably going to push down, but I'm just sitting tight here. There you go. So if you got an ear, there goes your stop, and there. I think it went below both of those. Not as yet, but it will. And possibly there as well. There you go. So that's the trouble. It's trappy as hell. You take this short failure there, you're thinking, yeah, it comes up, stops you out. So you may think higher, low, let's go long here. It triggers you, comes down, stops you out. So when it's like this, it's constantly overlapping itself and it's trappy as shit. So you just got to leave this. So yeah, easy liquidity there, and there. Although I wouldn't short here personally. It was a second entry short, but because it's still going up, I'm still finicky about counter trend trading. I wouldn't be surprised if Mac marks it, to be honest with you. So we'll see. So, leg and a leg. See what happens down here. So, what have I got down here on Bookmap? It's hard to say. There's no real strong orders. So, if this is like a spike and channel, it's one hell of a big spike, isn't it? But it'd be interesting to see how it reacts to this line. I wouldn't take a trade here. I'd wait for a higher low. But this is, if this thing is going to go up, this is kind of where it's likely to happen. It may happen here because it is sideways, but wherever you get a breakout of the top of a range, 9 times out of 10, you'll get a breakout at the bottom, kind of opposing sides. So getting in here for a long, I've done it before so many times. It'd trigger you, come down and stop you out. So whenever we've got a break, clear range in at the moment, small range, I expect it to break out the bottom. Same sort of distance to the top. Can't tell you how many bull bars I've triggered there and it's come down. So there are some orders at 13.75, which is there, funny enough, right at that measured leg. You can see them there, 12.50 as well. A little bit below there. Now, they're not huge orders, but there are buyers here, and VWAP is there as well. Now, often that's where price will, buy off. So as we got VWAP here and we got buyers here, my guess is there's a chance this may push further up. So there's nothing I can take here. I expect price to get down here to match that breakout at the top and to hit these buyers as well. Price moves towards liquidity, as we know. And there's liquidity there and a VWAP. So everything's screaming this is coming down from the breakout at the top to a matching one at the bottom. Okay, bull bar there, triggered. My guess is this could come down. If there's a lot of green, does that mean push price up? So when you say green, you mean the green bubbles? Is that what you mean? So those green bubbles are just aggressive buyers and sell orders. So if I bought now large enough, it would show up as one of those bubbles. I don't pay too much attention to. All I'm really interested in is the orders. Yeah, those are just aggressive buyers and sellers. So if I just hit the buy button now or the sell button, that would appear as a round bubble. I don't pay too much attention to those. I'm more interested in where, can you see this yellow line here just below 13.75? There's buyers down here. Yeah. So price generally moves towards liquidity. So if I'm sat down there waving some money, I want to buy. If nothing else is happening in the market strong enough, price is likely to come back towards me. Now, if aggressive buyers all of a sudden buy, it may not, but it will just help you make better decisions. It takes a bit of getting your head around it, but it will help your confidence and trade choice. I guarantee it. So all I do is put these lines here where I can see these darker orders. So at least I've got an idea where other traders are. Otherwise, you're blind to a degree. Now, there are some orders there at 20. You can see 107 contracts. But there are orders down here at 13.75 and 15. So there's 15. And at 30, they do change from time to time in 13.75. So I think it's weighing up. Are there more orders down here or more orders up here? And price generally moves towards them. Oh. Now, because we got a range here with a breakout, almost always we get one the opposite end. So I still believe price is going to come down, at least to this area, because I can see there are buyers. There's bound to be buyers pushing this up that look like they're going to get stopped out. Because we've had a break above the range, we'll likely get one at the bottom. So everything's pointing to price coming into this area. So if I was thinking of taking a long here, I would have to wait. Because the information I'm seeing is telling me price is going to come into this area, possibly lower. We'll see if it works. And it looks like there may be a bit of a channel down. Going long off this bottom is going to trap traders because we've had a big breakout at the top end. Now, it may still go up. If enough aggressive buyers just decide to buy here, they could overpower the passive orders. Takes a bit getting your head around, but you will make better decisions. So if a bullish bar appeared here, I wouldn't take the trade because there you can see there are orders at 13.75 right there. Now, if there's enough buyers here, aggressive buyers, it could push price up. But I think it's risky because I can see a chunk of orders below price. I've still got the breakout of the top in my mind, and we get an opposite one this way. So we'll see what happens. There are sellers there, 115, so they could pull price higher, but it just helps you make better decisions. There are actually more orders down here at 10 as well. So all these orders are pulling on price. Yeah, just because it hits the buyers doesn't necessarily mean the buyers will be strong enough to push it up. All I use it for is I want to see where price is more likely to go, because if that was a nice bull bar off there, I wouldn't take it because I can see buyers down here. Now, it may come down and absorb those buyers. That bit doesn't bother me. The only bit that bothers me is where it's going to go. When it gets there, I'm not really interested. So if this was a bull bar off the bottom, you can understand why traders might buy it. But because there are sellers below it, I would let it go, personally. Okay, so there is a bar off the bottom. It's not very bullish, is it? But price has pushed above it and started to pull back. I still believe price will get into this area. Just by the information it's showing me, and because of the breakout the top now. We're obviously generally bullish at the moment, but if enough traders like this area, they may just decide to hit the buy button and price will push up. It's that constant battle by aggressive buyers trying to push it up and price moving towards liquidity. Shall I say what I think is going to happen here? I think this bar is going to finish bullish and it's going to trigger and come down. Because we look like we got a channel down here with a break. So we could see there was the sellers up there. That's what I put that line to, yeah? Let's see what happens now. But you can see above price at the moment, can't you? You can see there are sellers at 23.75, which is there, and there are sellers here. So while you've got sellers above price and buyers below, price is going sideways. It's getting pulled up and down. Can you see what I mean? You can see price at the moment is going up and down because we got set buyers down here and sellers up here. So we've got a relatively even amount of sellers above and price, which is why price is just chopping up and down. So it depends on the pull. So you've obviously got sellers up here and buyers, but if you've got enough aggressive buyers, price may start to work up before it comes down. So it's not an exact science, but the more you get used to seeing it, you'll start to save yourself the odd loss, and that's kind of worth a lot, that is. Yeah, you'll get better at reading it. But it will save you. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people like Thomas Wade take a trade, go long, and I've seen a lot of buyers below and stuff like that. I can't tell you how many times I've those seen. I don't know if I got any other charts to show you. No, I think I deleted that one. But it will help you make better, and it'll give you the confidence just to see where other traders are. Yeah, at the moment it's just choppy, so it's not an easy day, to be fair. Okay, so looking on Bookmap now, there's stronger orders up the top. They do change. People do yank these orders. So those orders are now gone. Those are gone. There are still some at 10. So the orders now are brighter above price. So price is more likely to pull up. But we are ranging at the moment, so it may chop around a bit first. But based on what I can see now, price is more likely going to get in this area. So I wouldn't take a short there. If you're trading that as range rules, if you take a short there, you can see those orders up here. There are 110 contracts at 22.50, which is there. There are 101 contracts at 23.75, which is there. And there are 135 contracts at 25, which is there. So with all those sellers being pulled up, taking a short here might not seem like a good idea. Now I've said it, it's probably going to work, but you get the idea. But if you were trading this as a range, you may want to avoid that if you can see. But those lines I've put there, you can see them on bookmap, can't you? Now there are starting to be some orders appearing again, around about 13.75, which is there. So 1 minute it looks like it's coming down, so people start selling, and then all of a sudden starts to go up. It doesn't always work, but it does help you make better decisions. It's not an exact science, but you've only got to, it's only got to save you the odd trade here or there, and that can save you a lot of money. You can pay for the software, but it's free on YouTube just to watch it. So there's about a 2 or 3 second delay, which is negligible. It's neither in nor there. It doesn't make a difference. Yeah, so at the moment, there's larger orders above price than below. So that's going to have a natural pull. Now, you are still going to get aggressive sellers who just decide to buy or sell. So that can make a difference as well. And as we're kind of ranging, you're still probably going to get aggressive sellers selling here. You can see them. So if you look there, top right of bookmap, you can see the imbalance there. There's more sellers there than there are buyers. So they're aggressive buyers and sellers. You can see an imbalance slightly there. Just can't trade this stuff at the moment. It's just choppy as hell. Still, Bookmap is telling me there are larger orders up high. And that's naturally going to have a pull. It's a crappy day today, I got to say. I'd still like to see price breakout the bottom. We got a breakout at the top. I'd still like to see price breakout there. So we may get something like that, which should get us down to this bottom. So slow in it at the moment. What time is it? So it's taken us 45 minutes just to do that. So if this bearish bar gets down below these two bars here, it should find it a lot easier to come down. We're nearly there. Okay, another couple of ticks. This should come down, I think. I still like to see it drop out the bottom. Barnaby stops beyond there. Okay, so I think now there's a good chance this comes down and breaks out. We'll see. You never know. We'll get a second entry long and up it goes. So there are buyers around the 15 level, which is there. I hate this stuff, I do. It just balls the shit out of you. Chop, chop, chop. We got a leg down. I'll be surprised if we don't get down here. 2 legs back, and that would possibly confirm that then, and maybe there is something larger. So 2 legs down. The way it's looking, it's moving quite neatly in legs. I'd like to see it come down to this area here. Matching breakout for the top there and there. 2 legs down, maybe even a channel down with a break, lower high, and then down. Now, some may decide it's worth trading up here shorting, but because price is generally going up at the moment, I generally avoid generally avoid shorts. But you never know, that may not be valid. It looks okay to me, and especially if we get this second leg down, it's going to confirm the bottom of this channel. So it's just not easy today. Sometimes it's like this. It's just choppy as hell. I'm going to knock on the head in a minute. I think go and have some dinner. I might come back for an hour later. Yeah, you take it easy, Richard. I'm finishing as well in a minute, mate. It's just a bit boring as arse, isn't it, trading this? I'm going to go have some dinner in a minute. I'll give it 5 more minutes. I want to just see it price drop down to here. I'm going to say quick bathroom break. I'll be a quick second. Okay, so this is where I expected it to go. Leg and a leg down. You can see those orders down here now. They're coming down below. They're around about 13-ish, which is right there. So break out the top, break out the bottom, leg and leg down. Let's see if it finds some support down here. So if this ends up bullish, although it's a second entry long or sort of I wouldn't take it because I think price is going to come lower. You can see 13.75 and 12.5. There's 250 contracts. So 13.75 and 12.5. There are buyers right below that bar. So if that bar finishes bullish, I won't take it because I still think price is going to come lower. Based on my orders. So orders down here and the second leg and this channel, the bottom of this possible channel. So let's see what happens if this finishes bullish and it triggers. Okay, let's see if it triggers. My guess is if it does trigger, price will come down. So some of those orders down here have been pulled. There are still some down there, but not enough to pull price down. You can see that's the thing. They do disappear from time to time. There's still some there, 13.75 there, which is one tick below that big bull bar. So I believe price is going to get down to there at least. Depends if those orders get yanked. Okay, there we go. So there we go. Now it's better. Okay, break out the top, break out the bottom. Clearly 2 legs down. Okay, right where I expected it to get to. Now, I thought it was going to pull down from here, but it made 2 more attempts first. So let's see if we get a reaction here. That is quite a nice correction. It's a really nice, perfect measured leg. In fact, it's past it. So let's see if we get some a reaction here. I'm not sure whether it will or not. So I'm going to knock it on the head there, guys. I just wanted to see what was happening. So I'll be back again tomorrow. So I appreciate your company. If you're carrying on trading, best of luck. Failing that, have a great evening. Stay safe. And I'll be back tomorrow and we'll do it all again. Bye for now.